Hey, how's it going? Happy Friday. I wanted to come on and go through some stuff that's been slowly coming in from some orders and want to get right into it because there's some cool stuff here. First one is Poor David's Almanac by David Rawlings. This is his latest solo record, not counting anything done with Gillian Welch. Gillian Welch, I'm sorry. I have their most recent box set release coming. It's been on order since November, and it's the All of the Lost Boots records, and I'm really anticipating that one coming because all of those releases have been fantastic. This is his, like I said, last solo record. Like everything that they do, it's magical and amazing. So I'm really excited to have this. Really happy to have this. Okay, so the next two are the Half Speed Masters from Abbey Road of the Marley Records. I have a few of these that I've ordered, and I've read some conflicting things about them online. And I guess that my first impressions, the ones I have here are Rastaman Vibration and Catch a Fire. Like I said, I have some more coming, and I listened through both of these, and I think they sound pretty good. I will say that I do hear how the mixes on here can be really system dependent. And what I mean by that is I can hear how, the way the bass is treated on these, depending on how your room is set up and how, if you have a subwoofer or not, I could hear how sometimes it would overpower the mix. That being said, I have my subwoofer turned on, but not, at crazy volumes, and I think it blends really well with the rest of the recording. So this one sounds great, and this one is obviously like one of his classic records. They all come with the certificate from Abbey Road, which is cool. I was really happy to find these at the price I did. I think if you can find them, sometimes you see them on the buy two get three or the You Discover Music sales. I think I recommend them. I think you should pick them up. I think they're really good. I have some older pressings of Bob Marley stuff, and it also sounds good. But I think if you're, like a lot of these new reissues, if you're in the market for things that sound good and you just want a really clean copy, can't go wrong with these. So this is an interesting one. This is the 50th reissue of Village Green by the Kinks. Classic record. They've had so many classic records. The first copy I got of this skipped on my record player, and I emailed them, and they sent me another one kindly, so I was happy to get this one. I also got the Lola reissue a couple months ago, and I gotta say that this one sounds significantly better than that one. I like that album a little bit more than this one. I mean, they're all incredible, but this reissue, this remaster, sounds pretty good. I think their stuff it's really hard to put it through its paces. I think there's a lot of their original stuff is hard to find, and I think those are generally going to be the best sounding pressings for sure than any of the new reissues, but I'm happy to have that one. This one is the Scofield Pat Metheny Tone Poet. So I had never heard this record, and I've got some thoughts about it. As a guitar player myself, there's some really interesting moments on here and some things that I wasn't expecting in terms of There's a really great ballad on the first album here, on the first disc, I'm sorry, that's just solo acoustic guitar. I think it's just Pat Metheny with Scofield doing some just atmospheric harmonics and stuff over top. There's some, the really interesting thing about this record is their tones are so different. You know, Scofield has the bright, near the bridge warble from a little bit of chorus, and Metheny's is smooth and round. And so when they play harmonizing lines on here, it's a really great blend, even though they're generally playing them in the same octave and position on the neck, you know, in the same exact sort of spot. It's a really cool sound that you get from, you know, two totally different tones, but yet two really great players. So I'm really enjoying this one. I've seen some, like, I don't know, maybe not people were like super happy with it, but I don't know, I love it. I think it's really great. It's like a really great, I think this is from the 90s, and I dig it. Jazz guitar in the 90s. Like, what are you gonna do, right? Whoa, this one's crazy. This is the Acoustic Sounds reissue of Study in Brown. I mean, it's just an album that I had only ever heard on, you know, streaming, MP3, whatever. And it's like, this is a classic jazz record. Clifford Brown, absolutely amazing. Max Roach sounds absolutely amazing. The arrangements on here are absolutely amazing. I think I have, you know, I don't have the Coltrane reissues. I do have the Getz Gilberto reissue, and I have some of the other ones coming, but, you know, maybe other than A Love Supreme, this is my favorite one so far that they've put out. So this is an incredible one. If you can find this one, and, like, you know, I would kind of put this record in the something else, Blue Train kind of blue mold. This is a good record for someone who doesn't listen to jazz but is jazz, you know, curious about it. This is a really great one. It sounds great, great playing, great songs, not too out there. Good one. Tina Brooks, The Waiting Game. Great tone poet. I don't have his other tone poet. I'm looking to pick it up. Phenomenal. Great stuff. Okay, last but not least here, we've got one, and we've got two. Two Porgy and Bess. One is on the 6i, and one is on the Columbia 360. So really fun story about these. So I went to store that I don't normally go to, and it's not a record store, but they have some records there, and saw this. Price was decent, didn't have it. Love this record. This is my favorite of the Gil Evans Orchestra Miles records for sure, even more than Sketches of Spain. I like this one better than Sketches of Spain. I think that might be an unpopular opinion, but I do. I like this one. I think the songs and playing are great on here, and the way that the orchestra is arranged. So I saw this and picked it up. Didn't have it. Looked good in condition. It sounds great. Brought it home. Played awesome. Happened to be in the same part of town the next week, and I just popped in for a minute to check out what was going on, and they had the original press on 6i for a lower price. I took out the vinyl. It looked really clean. The cover is in really great shape. Well, not really great, but, you know, it's in good enough shape. It certainly wasn't beat to hell. And brought it home. And I gotta say, the in its current state, it's not very playable. no major surface marks. I've cleaned it a couple times, and it's just one of those records that may have been stored in really extreme temperature swing situations, because it's flat. There's no marks or no scratches or gouges, but there's a ton of noise on here. So I was really bummed about it, but what are you gonna do? But I'm just happy to have it. This is a gorgeous album. Really, I think this one doesn't get talked about enough in terms of the Gil Evans Miles collaborations. I think this one is the best. It's my favorite. So check it out. Check it out if you haven't. I think this is kind of a sleeper. Okay, that's all I have for today. I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video, and I'll see you soon. Take care.